Hi all, guess what time it is? It's film review time on this Wednesday, which means it's time for part 3 of my week-themed Halloween event. And yesterday, big thanks to my brother, for the way, for joining me. It was nice to have a different person's opinion on it, so I thank him a lot for it. But anyway, yesterday, before I ended the video, I said today we do clowns. Now, when most people think about clowns and stuff in like horror movies and stuff, they think like It, Pennywise and that lot, right? I was thinking to myself, well, since it's Halloween, kids and grown-ups can dress up as all sorts of things. They dress up as, God forbid, Fortnite characters and like skeletons and other stuff. But one other thing they dress up as is characters from superhero movies. More specifically, people can dress up as supervillains. And what's a film about a supervillain that came out recently that's also got stuff to do with clowns? Joker. So that's what we're going to be reviewing today. So, yeah. I went to see Joker a couple of weeks back with a few friends of mine, and unfortunately my phone was broken so they couldn't be in the review, but I would have loved it if they were. But anyway, that's enough said. Let's get on to the film. So, Joker. What an amazing, surprising, fantastic film this is. It is honestly one of the best films you will watch this year. Like, a lot of people say, oh no, Avengers Endgame was the best film that came out in 2019. Hands down, it broke box office records. It became the #1 grossing movie of all time. And in some aspects, a lot of those people are right. However, it's not the best film of 2019. In my opinion, personally, Joker is by far the best film of 2019. You will, if you're not into like psychological, weird, gory sort of, because it's very dark. Joker is not a happy film. If you're going into this hoping for like a happy film and that lot, then think again, because you are going to have a bad time watching this. It is just really, really dark. However, if you're into that sort of stuff, then believe me, Joker is by far the best movie of 2019 if you're into dark stuff. Because certain scenes, for example, I won't spoil it, but there's a moment where Joker sort of kills someone with a sleeping bag. And I won't say who he kills or why he does it, but when he does it, it is extremely, really, really dark, especially considering the context of the situation and why he's doing it and why they're involved in it. But it is a really dark scene, and there's a lot of gory moments in it. For example, this scene where, again, I won't spoil it, but two people come around his house and they try to like help him out, and he sort of just kills one there off. And he lets the other one go, and it is a really, really dark film. But that being said, it is thought out, and it's carried out so effectively and so brilliantly that you just don't care while you're watching it. Because even though it is like I've said, dark and like gruesome and gritty and not a nice film, you don't feel like that whilst you're watching it. You feel like it's an amazing viewing experience. It really is. And I've spoken to a few people about it, and a few people have agreed with me when I've said that up until this film came out, nobody came up to contend with Heath Ledger's version of the Joker in The Dark Knight, because his by far was one of the best performances of the Joker, and to this day it still is. Nobody can really sort of contend with it. However, a lot of people that I know have said that in some cases, Joaquin Phoenix's version of the Joker is by far the best version they have seen. It tops Heath Ledger's just. And to me, that's just crazy, because watching The Dark Knight, I was watching it thinking, wow, this is some brilliant acting from the late great Heath Ledger himself. But come to seeing Joker, it just like, it blew my mind how brilliantly he takes on this role, because he just he portrays a man that's literally insane, which is exactly what the Joker is. He's a man who's psychotic, who's schizophrenic. He's just not right in the head. And throughout the film, you come to see that and how he gets to that position with the fact that nobody tends to help him out. He's alone. He's by himself all the while. He's constantly bullied, picked on. And it's brilliant because you can just see how he becomes the Joker. How Arthur Fleck comes from being this sideshow clown that nobody really wants to being this martyr that everybody sort of praise, who's known as Joker. And come towards the end of the film, you don't really care what he does anymore because the stuff he's done throughout the film has already climaxed in him eventually just becoming this psychotic maniac that everybody praises and loves. And you can sort of see that and how he's got to that at the end of the film. And I really love it. There's not much you can say that's bad about this film. Some of the other things I like in it as well, I like, for example, the scenes where you don't quite know whether it's going on in his head or if it's like actual reality. Like, for example, there's a scene where he's watching TV and for a certain point you don't know whether he's actually watching the TV or he's just sleeping it off and it's in his head. And I've got too much to say about Joker. It is high praises for this film, honestly. If you get a spare few hours in your life, go see this film because honestly, it is worth your money. It is FAB brilliant. Honestly, one of the best films I have ever watched. And I know I say that a lot about movies, and I know I usually give movies quite high ratings, but for this one, I genuinely mean it because it is honestly one of the best movies I have ever bared witness to. So with that being said, I'm going to give it a rating out of 10 for this one. And I think a lot of people already know where this is going to go because I don't rarely ever give out a 10 out of 10. But for Joker, it has to be a 10 out of 10. It is just that it's faultless. You can't fault Joker. It is carried out. It's directed, produced, the music, the actors. Every person in this has worked their butts off trying to make a fantastic movie, and they have succeeded in every single point, in my opinion, because I couldn't fault it. I genuinely couldn't. I just had high praises all around for this dark, gritty, gruesome, nasty film, but it's almost beautiful in a way as well, and that's why I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. So yeah, that is my week of like Halloween part 3, sort of episode 3 episode of like the Halloween event I'm doing on my channel. Tomorrow I think we're going to step it up into the sci-fi genre again, and we're going to talk about aliens and stuff. So you'll find out more about that tomorrow and what film I'm going to be doing tomorrow. But until then, I've been Connor. This has been Film Review Friday, sort of Film Review Friday. It's not technically a Friday, it's like a week-long event thing, but it's still on the Film Review Friday channel. But yeah, I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, goodbye!